All right. Bag Life Media. Fuck Hip Hop. Episode 2. Alright. So, I was saying when you enter into a culture with integrity and honor, supposedly, you're supposed to go into that culture with the understanding that you adhere to the guidelines, you know what I mean? So, you just can't take it upon yourself to change the rules to fit your personal agenda, is what I'm saying. I mean, let's be real. If you had something and you knew how you wanted it to be and you would share it with other people, you would hope that they keep the integrity of your product. So it's the same thing with the culture. But once again, it just seems like that's a hard thing to do. People see something that works and then they want to emulate it. They want to copy and paste it over and over and over again. And copy and paste works, as we see, but after a while, it's only but for so long that a trend is going to last, and that's normally what happens. People start producing trends, and trends are cool. Trends are trendy. A trend is what it is, though. So, when you have integrity and you say, well, I'm going to create this trend, then you move to the next. But let's not say you're going to create a trend per se. It just so happens that your original content started trending. Feel me now? So don't follow the trend. Become the trend. Be the trend. But, that's difficult. And that's why we have a lot of oversaturation in the game. Because you have people that will see something once again and copy and paste it. There's no standard in hip hop at this point. Technology is a beautiful thing, but it allows people to take advantage of something that requires skill. Now you don't need skill, little or no effort. You just have to have more of an appeal marketing wise. The more you put your shit in somebody's face, you're gonna win. Because as of now, it's not talent anymore. It's hard work. Hard work, dedication beats skill any day. Or talent, as they say. So, talent does still exist. And talent-based platforms still exist. You just have to know where to look. But I want to get into the feminine part of hip hop and what they're trying to do with it right now. Hip hop is not feminine. It's not anti-woman. It's just not feminine. It's masculine. It has masculine principles. It has masculine integrity. So you can't wear a dress in hip hop. Yes, I'm saying it. You can't. It's no way to justify it other than, well, for money purposes, because of business reasons. We're going to allow that type of behavior. Listen, man. Nowhere in the day of creation of the culture had that been an intention for it to happen. It probably wasn't even envisioned, because something like that was just never thought of. And still, to this day, I mean, don't get me wrong, to each his own, but that's not hip hop. And just because we have standards and rules and integrity, just because we don't accept it, does not mean that we're, being hateful or promoting any type of devilishment. It's just not a part of the culture. So you have people trying to force things inside of a culture that is foreign. It doesn't exist. So when you try to put past that shit off to people that know what the culture is and its elements, we know for a fact, like, no, that shit, what is that? Like, that shit, it ain't right. It don't fit. That's why there's a problem, because it does not fit. Yeah, so, when you understand this culture, like, look at the images. You don't see anything that deals with something being soft. You just see style. You know what I mean? Like, it's style. Everything is style dedicated. Style in graffiti, style in DJing, style in b-boying, most definitely. B-boying, most definitely, and style in MCing, of course. You know what I mean? So when you participate in this culture, it's about style, what you bring into the game, and you have to pay your dues, like I said earlier. So style, you pay your dues by exhibiting your style. What are you bringing to the table? Like, what you gonna flip, how you gonna flip it, right? Because that's what hip-hop does. It takes what's normal and it flips it. It turns it into something other than. Like Tommy Hill, Polo, Louis, Gucci, that shit only fly cause hip-hop says so. Hip-hop has power. And once you understand the power of hip-hop, then, you will understand why, certain things such as wearing a dress is foreign. Bottom line. You can't let outsiders come in and dictate. You wouldn't let anybody from outside come inside your house and say, I don't think that this paint is good for this environment. I think you need to change the color of the shade. You're gonna look at the person like, if you don't get the fuck out of my house, like, you ain't pay for shit, you know what I mean? So you ain't no shareholder, you ain't contribute, you know what I mean? So that's the same thing with this culture. The culture is 44 years old, and technically we haven't really really been out there. It's still a baby. It's things that hip-hop hasn't really accomplished yet, and the people in it haven't. I mean, we have a foundation, but we need people that's gonna carry the torch in its proper form. So with the people that uphold the true hip-hop flag, the integrity of the culture, right? They understand that they have to preserve it, because if you don't, and you let it just expand without having some quality assurance, it's not going to remain the same. It's not going to maintain this integrity, and then it just kill itself off, and then it will be just a trend, and people will say, oh, a new hip-hop wasn't forever, yet it's been here for 44 years. And I also want to get something straight. Hip-hop is an art form, right? So with inside this culture, and it's a lot of art that comes out of this culture, a lot of fashion has been developed. So for people to look at, certain people that deal with this lifestyle and say, oh, you trying to be young or some shit like that. Like, first off, hip-hop is a youthful culture. Look at Russell Simmons, right? So he's the perfect example of what hip-hop can do for a person. He's at peace. Look at Run from Run DMC. I mean, I don't have to get into that, but I'm just saying, when you look at hip-hop, right, yeah, you have younger people in it, but it's not dominated by youngsters. And that's the other thing. Like, you have people like these groups, AC/DC, Kiss, all that shit. These niggas be torn when they 60, 70 years old. But it's a sin for someone like Jay-Z to do what he's doing. Like, we need that, because that helps expand the culture. You should be doing your songs when you 60, like Mick Jagger, 75 years old or something like that, or whatever. Why not? You get paid for it. You doing what you love. Our people are the only people that will down everything that we do if it's not in the image and likeness of some other culture. That's a whole other discussion. But I'm just saying, inside of every culture, inside of every genre, you have good and bad. Just so happens that with inside of hip-hop, they hate it so much that they try to belittle with it and make it seem like you're a person that never grows up. Well, if you want to get into the biblical aspect of it, because it can do that, the Bible speaks of having like a childlikeness about you. Not being a child, but a childlikeness. Nobody wants to be around a dark, cloudy motherfucker all day. Like, let's be fucking real, you know what I mean? You don't want to come in the room and everybody that was chilling just go, oh shit, this nigga in here. Like, that's not cool. So I'm just saying, man, like, hip-hop is a youthful culture, right? It's the fountain of youth. Like I said, look at Russell Simmons. But you just can't, come into the culture and start dictating shit, right? It's rules to this shit, man. Everybody has to pay their dues. And everybody's not, commercialized or want to be commercial or have a certain fame and status of this new shit that's going on. You know what I mean? Like, there's a underground that, provides the same money. You know what I mean? You just known to where you need to be known at. You know what I mean? Like, it's something that gives back to you as long as you give to it. That's the real shit right there. So, I mean, at the end of the day, look at the images once again. This is hip-hop, right? It's nothing soft about it. There's no dresses on and shit like that. It's none of that. You feel me? None of that shit. So, you have to really understand, when you try to bring something into this type of environment, it doesn't fit. Like I said, look at the images. The shit don't fit. You know what I mean? Let's be real. Fuck. Like, niggas be scared. And see, that's the thing. Hip-hop is real. And maybe it's too real. the industry just tries to control everything that helps take us to another level. They want in. We fucked up. We let them in. Shit. I mean, let's be real. But I mean, nonetheless, we still shining. But y'all getting money off this culture, but you not making sure that you plant the seed when you pick something off. You know what I mean? You gotta plant the seed so it can grow back. Y'all just taking shit. You ain't putting back. You're not being original. You too much copy paste. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. Niggas just be like, fuck hip hop. I gotta get this money and feed my motherfucking family. I feel you, but you can still do that, you know what I mean, in a productive manner that doesn't fuck it up for everybody else. You know, stop treating this shit like basketball, like everybody on the court, like I'm making out the hood. Hip hop became the new basketball court. Then on top of that, let's be fucking real, like at one point in time, only person that dressed the way that you see in these images was niggas that dealt with hip hop. And it should be the same way this day, but it's so trendy that people love entertainers so much that they want to look like entertainers too. So, you know, the separation, like, that's gone. I used to love coming out the house and, you know what I mean, on my way wherever I'm going, somebody like, yo, you rhyme? Be like, you know, like, you dress like, you know what I mean, whatever. And I'm like, oh, alright, that shit is ill. But that was one of the benefits of the culture, you know what I mean. Then by you handling your business that way, you're networking. If you got a tape or a CD or whatever the fuck, I don't know, a business card, flyer, something, right? You know what I mean? That way you could, hey, check this out. Or I'm on here. You know what I mean? You got a fan, you know what I mean? Word of mouth. They say that's the best form of marketing, so. But now everybody doing it. Technology allows everybody to do it. And that's cool, but once again, the standard, the integrity of it all, like, where is it? You know what I mean? I mean, I'm looking at this shit like I know where the good music is, so I'm not complaining about that. Like, you know what I mean? But there's not too many 15-year-olds that know who Big Daddy Kane is. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's not too many 15-year-olds that participate in this music and know the actual foundation of this music. Who's Kool Herc? You know what I'm saying? Like, people need to take a look, you know what I mean, step back from everything that's going on. This is a vehicle that's been feeding us, you know what I mean, and exposing a lot of shit, but at the same time, it's like everything can't come out, you know, from the culture all fucked up and twisted all the time. Hip-hop is the CNN of the hood, so, you know, they say, well, we gotta let the world know. Well, we been did that shit. Niggas, if they don't understand that shit is fucked up with us, people will never get it. But we gotta see a different, we gotta show a different side, you know what I mean? We gotta show a different side. Like, we gotta show the side where we are progressing. We are doing good things. We are building. You know what I mean? Like, why everything gotta be fucked up? Because I just... that's what the industry wants, man. Like, they destroying us from the inside out. Hip hop is a culture, once again, and the way you weed people out is by its standard, its law, its guidelines, its rules and regulations. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got DJs, MCs, B-boys, and graffiti artists, man. You know what I mean? If you're not doing this, then that's not hip hop. I like trap music, you know what I mean? Trap music is cool, but it's not hip hop. It came from it. I look at trap music as, pardon me, I look at trap music as like the dark side of hip hop, you know what I'm saying? That's the way I look at it, like the dark side of hip hop. You know, and ain't nothing wrong with that little black magic. No, I'm just fucking around, but I mean, it has its purpose. I fuck with it. I do trap sometimes, but I deal with my own shit. You know what I mean, or whatever. And whatever beat I rhyme on, I'm always gonna be, you know, me. I can't be nothing else but me. So, on that note, this is Bag Life Media signing off. And leave a description at the bottom. Let me know how you feel about Fuck Hip Hop episode 2. I just want to say that there is love. Once again, we have elements, we have rules. You know, it's a lifestyle. Rap is something you do, hip hop is something you live. So, on that note, subscribe, share, like, you know. And also you can, if you got any topics, you know, I'll look at those and consider using them. I'm not hard to get along with. Peace.